Get ready for real time, prime time, big time, show time. It's edible honesty time. And in the meantime, get ready for your favorite partner in crime, your host, one of the greatest talkers of all time, the king of edible honesty, the eighth wonder of the world, Andrew the Giant.
I want people to understand that soul food belongs with all the great cuisines. And this is not grandmother's soul food. This is grandma 2.0 soul food. And you're talking about elevated dishes where, we're doing fried chicken, wings, but ours is gold infused, you see?
I absolutely love it. You're using 23 karat edible gold leaf, and it's just people, and it's almost like, can you imagine someone having fried chicken and there's a little bit of gold on your lip? It's like, where are you? You're at Celebrity Soul Food. It's just, that's it.
Hey, my hot, rockin', sweet potato pie. Let's get down and let's talk about the ins and outs of the food industry. My name is Andrew. I'm your host, and I am ready to rock, so let's cut right into it, because today we will be discussing one of the greatest edible overlooks of all time. And truthfully, there is no real way to properly or possibly explain this enormous edible overlook. It just is what it is, and we'll leave it at that. But that will no longer be the case, because today we will be discussing the bright, new, beautiful future of soul food. Now, not only are we discussing the future of soul food, but today we are very blessed, because today we will be discussing the bright, new, beautiful future of soul food with none other than the king, the doctor of soul food himself. Today, I will be sitting down with the man, the myth, the legend, who is literally busy rewriting how future generations will contemplate and consume soul food. Ladies and gentlemen, today I have the privilege of sitting down with the genius behind Celebrity's Soul Food, the one, the only, the legendary Dr. J, as we discuss his unstoppable empire, Celebrity's Soul Food. And so, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, may I present to you the future of soul food. But before I do, before I introduce the edible legend, Dr. J, allow me to give a brief history about the evolution of soul food. Now, by definition, soul food is an ethnic cuisine with its origins in Africa and the South, and it is traditionally prepared and eaten by African Americans. And some of the most important foods ever imported to America were yams, rice, okra, and watermelon, all of which were slowly incorporated into Southern cuisine, and all straight from the gardens of the slaves themselves, not the enslavers. And as the slaves gained an understanding and a complete mastery of how to integrate their edible memories from their homeland and their culture and indigenous ingredients and merge them seamlessly with cooking methods that were commonplace in the South, and as these ingredients and flavors and edible masterpieces from Africa entered the minds, the bodies, the souls of America, and as the food from Africa entered the stomachs and the souls of Americans across the South, well, just one bite, and you are forever hooked. Now, the actual expression soul food was first used in the year 1962 by civil rights activist and poet Amari Baraka, who declared that Black Americans do not have their own language, nor do they even have their own cuisine. And he pronounced soul food as that cuisine that would define black culture. And he talked about examples of real soul food, like okra, black-eyed peas, fried chicken, grits, pig's feet, hush puppies, hoe cakes, and even mustard greens. However, the term soul food was first recognized on a global level when it appeared in the autobiography of Malcolm X, which, by the way, was written by the same guy who globally raised public awareness about black history and genealogy and wrote an earth-shattering book called Roots. Malcolm X was written by Alex Haley. And in the early 60s, 1965 to be specific, when Alex Haley first published the autobiography of Malcolm X, it was at a time in history, American history, when soul was the word used to describe African American culture. There was soul music, soul power, and of course, the entire world got introduced to the indelible, edible expression soul food when Malcolm X stated, "Soul food represents the duality of southernness and commensality." And to help everyone out, commensality, for those of us without Malcolm's mastery of the English language, is the practice of sharing food and eating and drinking together as one at the same table. And this commensality, it generates an energy that creates unity and power and cements community. But in all edible honesty, soul food is so much more than that. Because for crying out loud, the word soul is in the title. It's in the title. Therefore, soul food is cuisine on another level. It's a deeply spiritual, emotional, intellectual, intense work of edible artwork, and with centuries of love and centuries of loss at its edible center. Soul food as a cuisine is an edible tale of the highest expression, told through the art of food that instantly transports anyone to a different, more simple time in their life, childlike, comforting. And it all takes place at the dinner table with everyone seated together, seated as a family or a community. Soul food serves simultaneously as a reminder of the centuries of horrific slavery and relentless racism that not only never should have occurred in the first place, but more importantly, should never, ever, ever be forgotten! Exclamation point. While at the same time, soul food cautiously reminds both present and future generations that the future must be viewed as a struggle that needs to be fought for and on a daily basis. Soul food is centuries of cultural history, heirloom seeds, and culinary traditions and techniques that date back to the original homelands of the first generation of slaves to have arrived in America. Soul food has its roots steeped in sadness, but it is an incredibly delicious and sublime, edible tradition that seamlessly and deliciously tells the tale through a profound Black narrative with its cultural use and choice of ingredients that reflect the lives of Black slaves in America who were treated at best like dogs and made to survive off of unwanted food scraps and edible weeds from their enslavers. And despite all of this, despite the odds, not only were they able to survive, but they were able to create vibrant, unforgettable culinary masterpieces. And these culinary masterpieces, these caloric meals, they recalled parts of their culture and capably transported people momentarily back in time, back to their homeland. And of course, they also resourcefully borrowed from and adopted to foods and flavors from the South. And the end result is edible poetry. Soul food is some of the tastiest food on the planet ever, period, exclamation point. But soul food is comfort food. And as is the problem with all comfort foods, soul food is packed aplenty with flavor, but it is also packed aplenty with loads of calories. And loads of calories certainly lead to loads of stomach aches. And loads of stomach aches, they lead to future health problems. And now, today, more and more African Americans, as well as every single American citizen, are falling victim to clinical obesity and other related diseases associated with their dietary habits. And because of this, many people are going to have to make a choice. Either they make a drastic, dramatic, edible lifestyle change, or they can continue to play edible Russian roulette for a big plate of ham hocks and collard greens. But not anymore. Not today. Because soul food just got a major makeover. And all because one brilliant man saw an enormous edible opportunity. One man decided it was time to reintroduce not only America, but the world to soul food. And this edible legend, Dr. J, what he did to soul food is he made it sexier, lighter, healthier, more accessible, more fun, and even more memorable than it was before. So instead of saying dinner was delicious and then running to the bathroom, after eating a dinner at Celebrity Soul Food, you want to run. But it's not to the bathroom. No, you want to run at least 5 miles. Because the dinner you just ate at Celebrity Soul Food was pure, unadulterated goodness. And that amounts to a lot of vibrational energy. And now you got to run home and you got to tell your neighbors about your new favorite restaurant, Celebrity Soul Food. So finally, without further ado, let's give an enormous, edible welcome to the man who reimagined soul food with his edible empire, Celebrity Soul Food, and my good friend, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Dr. J.
Andrew, we're ready for your countdown.
3, 2, 1. Hi guys, this is Andrew from Edible Honesty. Hey, my hot rockin' apple pie. We have got the owner, the mind, the brain, the genius of Celebrity Soul Food on the line, the one and only Dr. J. Doctor, how are you?
Hey, Andrew, man, it's such a pleasure to be with you, man. I'm excited about being here.
Yes, I am so excited to talk to you. I have to ask you, can you tell me what is going on with celebrity soul food right now?
And we are growing. We are emerging into additional markets all around the world, man. We are excited because we have grown amidst the pandemic. And so as the new managers, is what we've been quoted and called of soul food, man, we are excited is because our team is on fire. Our operators and all our new, what we call Walk of Famers, which is our new franchisees, are excited to meet all these great people around the world that amidst everything that's been going on, people that's been stuck for years, man, they are getting in this vehicle, man. We are moving forward, and we have a lot rolling out. So this new year, I'm excited about, not only for our organization and our company, but amidst the headlines that are there, if people know how to read it correctly and really have great discernment, they'll know some of the best times can come out some of the worst times. And so
absolutely. Absolutely. And some of the best food on the planet comes out during these worst times. And I know that some of the best food on the planet is coming out from you guys right now. And to my listeners out there, if you don't know, what Dr. J has done is he's basically reinvented the wheel. He's taken a platform, soul food, which has hundreds of years of history, and he has put such a unique, sexy spin on it that I swear to you, you'll be eating items like fried chicken with 23-karat edible gold, and you really have to traverse the entire planet 40 times to find only one place that has something like that, something special, something so beautiful, something so healthy, and something that's so fresh and modern. And I swear to you, what blows me away about you, Doctor, is that you're on a mission to bring soul food to every corner of America, and I think that's where it belongs. And I think this is one of the most exciting franchises, and certainly one of the more flavorful franchises ever. So if you could tell me a little bit about your quality casual niche, which I think is just amazing. I'd love to. I know my listeners would love to hear more about it.
Well, I'm excited about that. It's because we're neither fast casual, neither are we fine dining. We created our own space, and it's called Quality Casual. And I'm excited about it is because what we do is we give you a fine dining experience at a fast casual price. And so what I love is that, we give 5-star service, man. It was great food, great cuisine, of course, innovative recipes that we're going to speak of. But at the same token of it is, this in the midst of this time and the things that are going on, people need to really be serviced and be taken care of, and that be the standard of the industry. And so I'm excited to bring that back. No matter where we are in the country, no matter where you are in this world, no matter what your pedigree is, you are deserving to be treated like a star. So when it comes to quality casual, we're focusing on the word quality in every aspect of the business.
And that's what I really love, because it's, obviously a nice value, a beautiful value meal, but the emphasis that anyone can walk into your place and be metamorphosized into feeling like a celebrity, I think that's the secret, that's the secret sauce. And you just obviously, have made it so well. It's amazing. I love it. And out of curiosity, do we have any celebrities involved in celebrity soul food? Is there anyone that you can tell us about?
Well, the great thing of it is, man, that's our PowerPoint that's coming out. The first of the year, all of the stores are coming up online. Many of them, we have literally over 30 locations that are sold already and in development from the 200-store rollout. We will be hitting our full benchmark within 2 years, which I'm so excited about. We're already getting interest even globally now, overseas. So taking it day by day and step by step, we're every day growing. However, many of the celebrities are involved and going to be ambassadors.
Great.
Ambassadors for the brand and for our franchisees. But let me say this. I want everyone to hear my heart all around this country, and certainly our operators. To me, as CEO of Celebrity Soul Food, you have to understand my staff and my operators are my stars, you see? And so this right here does not just ride on the name. We're not playing the name game. This is, you walk in this restaurant, and yes, it's celebrities, but the customer needs to know they're my celebrity. And so we're going to make sure that the food is befitting and the atmosphere is conducive for stars. But this is the time that everybody becomes on equal ground, meaning any celebrity that's A-status can walk in my restaurant, and I can assure you the same experience that they will receive, the local farmer down the street is going to receive the same.
Oh, no. I caught that, and I think my listeners caught that you walk in and it's almost like there's some kind of magic red carpet that you just kind of walk down when you enter into Celebrity Soul Food. And what really I dig about Celebrity Soul Food is that you're a true culinary triple threat. You're feeding mind, body, and clearly soul, and you can't find that many places. You really have to go to Celebrity Soul Food to get something unique like that. And that's really what I think you've done, Doctor, is you've really become that culinary triple threat. And that shows, and I really like that. Is that what I know that you're a cook, that you grew up cooking with, a lot of food. What can I ask you, what's your favorite dish?
Oh man, so food now. My favorite dish, if I had to pick a single item from the soul food cuisine itself, probably would be sweet potato souffle.
Oh wow! So if we were having dinner, you'd be making sweet potato souffle.
Oh, absolutely.
Oh my God!
To have some good old fried chicken, man. I think chicken gonna make it into heaven. So for me, I think to be saved, you need to eat chicken. If you don't eat chicken, I don't really know. Outside of you being a vegan and vegetarian, but if you're a meat eater, you don't eat chicken.
Listen, I think even vegans say chicken in their sleep. They can't even help it.
Right there, man, it's always going to be good. But it's certainly one of my favorites. I have many, because I have many stories and things connected to it or whatever. But the sweet potato, man, is always done well for me. Quite naturally, macaroni and cheese and all that good old stuff. So.
Oh, my God. And what are you doing with your macaroni and cheese at Celebrity Soul Food?
Well, the mac.
Because I'm so interested in the unique spins that you do.
Well, the first thing we're doing is teaching individuals how to correctly prepare it for scaling. And what I call scaling the pinch is what we've done. And the first thing that happens with that is that even around the country, what really amazed me is in all these years, there has never been no one emerge in the industry in the field of soul food that where you can go anywhere in this country and be consistent systems, consistent flavors, that you can have the same experience. So when
you nailed it.
Even if you find a great one, many times when people eat it, they pay for it later. Maybe hours later, maybe at work, maybe when they get home, but their tummy is upset and things of that nature. Because what you have is that operators and restaurateurs are cooking all these mac and cheeses with all this dairy product and things of that nature, but they leave it on the hot line, and it's kept poorly. And what you have is heated dairy and things that's going to disagree with the customer's tummies and things of that nature and cause even other health issues. So now you're talking about as celebrities, we have skilled talent, chefs and operators who understand and who goes through our training consistently throughout the year, all about the recipes and the premium oils and things, the ingredients that you can use to keep that from happening and to how to properly caretake of the dish. So with us, quite naturally, we use no less than 5 cheeses. Can't give it to you all quite naturally. And then we have our own season blend. But what you will experience is a little piece of heaven, a little piece of grandma, and then times that by 2, and then you might come close to celebrity.
Wow. And you know what? When you were talking about, you go to a place, food's banging, but you pay for it, just a few hours later, I knew exactly where you were going. And I think what I love about what you're doing is cleaning up everything so beautifully. You can still have that decadent, comfort blast that, you've been dreaming about all day, but you don't need to pay for it. You shouldn't have to pay for it a few hours later. And I feel like what you've done is you've obviously cleaned up the ingredients to such a level where, the ones that your body can't process, which is every other place, have been stripped up from your food. And all you've done is put in the beautiful, can process ingredients, these 1, 2, 3, 4 simple, to follow recipes, and yet they really flip the script. And that's why I think you're definitely geared for worldwide domination on this formula that you have, because you've attacked comfort food, but you've cleaned it up. You've made it sexier. You've made it more flavorful, and more certainly, you've made it more accessible. And I think that is what I'm like, I don't know what to say. I mean, I follow you, my liege. It's,
Well, Well, one of the things I'm excited about, and I'm so thankful to God first, and to my wonderful team, and certainly my wife. I take credit for the journey, both myself and my wife. But I think the birthing process of it has been this amazing elite team of industry leaders that have brought together in one house as the managers to make sure that we put all these systems are in place and to do the investments that is necessary to make sure that operators are successful. One of the things I believe that kept us afloat and kept us growing, even amidst the pandemic, we didn't have to let anyone go. As a matter of fact, we hired additional people and still are hiring. We're still growing. We grew about 140%. And I believe that's because we have great people that are working with us, great people who has plugged into the vision, and great people along the way. They really are. You're talking about individuals who have worked in the industry over 10 years and dedicated their lives for even more years than that. And however, sometimes they may have felt stuck or may didn't have the liquidity, or just simply, they was good enough to open other restaurants for their other individuals, just never good enough to have their own. Well, when they met us, we're saying, we hear you, we see you, we appreciate you. Let us be that vehicle. Jump in, and we will allow you to drive. And just keep the systems in place. Let us show you how to press the gas, and let us show you how to drive this from an administrative perspective, but from a skill set perspective, a passion perspective. We're meeting those people because we invest in people. The economics don't matter to us much about what people have to be a franchisee. What matters to us is that they have the experience and they have the passion and the compassion and the empathy for individuals so that they can service our customers and followers well, because they deserve that. But in order to do so, I have to make sure that even the operators know that as a new franchisee of Celebrity Soul Food, that they're our stars, that they matter to us, and that their dreams and their vision and their hearts matter to us, and that is their held responsibility to make sure they pass that along to the customer experience and to their staff. And it's happening every day. I think one asked me how were we able to continue to grow and to increase, and how are we doing this? And it has been time served. So we didn't show up yesterday. You're talking about years of investing, and I'm working at the same time, be that in radio and TV and as a counselor and things of that nature, and putting money away. We are debt free. We're liquid capital. I mean, we are held strong as a company. But at the same token of it is that blood and sweat has been placed into this. It comes without. It doesn't come without pain or hurt or process. But we've been through all of that, and we came out on the other side, and that's what I'm excited about. And that's why I can help franchisees, because I know their pain. I know where they are. I know what it feels like to have a vision in mind, a sight in mind. However, your reality don't look the same or look like it would never happen. Well, I teach them and I show them how you can persevere and how you have to keep putting one foot in front of the other, and you keep moving forward. And if you get in a vehicle and you get the support that you need, that you can make it. And so what I did, even from the culinary perspective, is that I just didn't go to your traditional culinary school, man. I made the investment. I traveled all around the country, spending time and studying under some of the greatest chefs in this country. But what I did greater than that, and I'm proud of, is that I spent time with great-grandmothers and those who are in the family lineage, all the way from the Carolinas to the Louisiana to Alabama, Mississippi, Florida, and all the many stories. And I studied up with them, and I got the authentic dishes and the authentic stories of how it all came about and what it should be and what they was trying to go for and what was needed. And when you take that dynamic and you add it to the skill sets of today and the resources that are available, and you invest the right amount of capital, which it costs us about $1.6 million at the end of the day to be sitting in front of this camera, having this conversation, to be able to say that we are the new managers of soul food. Well, I can say that with pride is because I know we've done the work.
You are so much more. You are pretty much like the actual blueprint that people should be studying right now for how to be successful. And I'm not even joking. The mere fact that you survived the pandemic is just mind-blowing. The mere fact that you grew by 140%, well, this should be Harvard Business School. People should be talking to you right now. We should be on with Harvard Business School, and this should be an actual class. I'm not even joking. And what it is, for me, is it's your passion. It's not just your passion. It's your intelligence. It's everything that you bring to the table. And I gotta say, everything starts at the top. And if it's bad at the top, what filters down is not going to be good. It's not just good at the top. It's ridiculously amazing. Doctor, I'm being dead serious. The attention that you pay to your franchisees, you should get a medal. an actual medal, because these aren't franchisees to you. This is family. This is family. And you care about how they treat their extended family, which is their consumers, their customers, their community. I'm dead serious. I honestly am going to say you should really be speaking at Harvard Business School. And I hope people are out there listening, and I hope people understand what the doctor has been able to accomplish. This is absolutely anomalous.
I think one of the things I want people to understand wherever they are in every walk of their life is that, I believe in education, absolutely. And I'm so thankful to God for that. But I want people to understand, just in case you did get a chance to go to school, and just in case you're blue-collar worker or whatever walk of life you're in, man, it's not too late. And stop sleeping. So many people that we meet all around the world, they dream. That's all you hear. I have a dream. That dreaming is great. But in 2020, this year, if the pandemic had showed us anything else, at this point, you need to wake up. You got to wake up and you got to get going. And you got to remove all the excuses. Well, I don't have. Well, do the part you can do. Work your dream, work your vision. Get up under mentorship. Call us. Let people give you direction and advice and put you on a plan so that next year, this time, you're not having the same dream. You can say, you know what? I'm moving into that dream. I'm walking into that. I'm living in that. I'm working the dream. For me, I would say I read an amazing book once, and it was called Who's Holding the Ladder? Let me say this to you. Outside of the amazing God that
By the way, I'm going to pick that up.
But one of the great things that I really enjoy, it's a leadership book, but what's great is no matter how great we are up top, and I'm so thankful for myself, but what makes it easy for me is that who's holding the ladder, the team that I have around me, is that so that I can climb, somebody has to stabilize the ladder so that I can climb. So many times in organizations, whether it be that church or your local business or things of that nature, you have people around you that they're trying to climb at the same time. It's so chaotic. But when you can put people who are at the top of their game around you, and they hold their lane, and they say, listen, if you'll climb, we'll hold, you can achieve some great things. And that's my story, my friend, is that I've been so fortunate and blessed to have people that has been destinally assigned to me that come with their specialties and their feeling, their heart, and their passion. And they're saying, Doc, if you'll climb, if you'll get the idea out your head and your vision, and we strategically put this together, we'll hold the ladder and we'll stabilize as you keep moving us forward. And my friend, that's the ladder that I stand on today. Nothing special in this camera outside of the fact that I love God, got great people around me. But I pray that people are looking at your show and that they can see themselves, that it wasn't just the money, because I didn't always have it. You know what I mean? But what I did have is persistence. What I did have is the courage. What I did do is I took a step, even when it looks scary and you don't know where you're stepping into, what have you. And what I did do is the little that I did have, I planted that seed in my life for my future. And I didn't make the excuses. What if it didn't work? Well, everything is if it don't work. If you drive a car, you could get in an accident. You could. But I'm not worrying about that. What I'm worrying about is my destiny. What I'm worrying about is that before all is said and done, I want to make sure that I've mattered on this earth and that I've dreamed my dream, that I've worked into my dream, and I'm doing things to be impactful in my community. The question of it is what are you going to do with your story? When it's all said and done, are you going to have some things that you wish you could have but can't do now because it's all said and done? Or are you going to be able to say that I've lived really my best life and I've dreamed my dream and I've worked my dream? And that's where we are, my friend.
Guys, I don't know if everyone was paying strict attention to what the doctor just said, but that may be the best life speech I've heard, and I want everyone to know what the doctor just said is that this did not come easy. This was through hard work, blood, sweat, tears, and a lot of vision, and someone that was not afraid of anything. And doctor, you're right. It's so easy to say I quit. It's the easy thing to say, it's a bad day for me. But the hardest thing to do is to get up and say, today can be a different day for me. And you have literally inspired, I think, every single one of my listeners to the level that we're all going to have a different day today. And that's because of you, Dr. J.
You rock, man.
You rock.
To be on your platform to do so, man. I thank God for you and your platform, your amazing followers, man. I feel so blessed today.
Doctor, I thank God for being able to talk to you, and thank you so much, and I look forward to speaking with you in the future.
And great things are coming. And I look forward to you as well, man. Stay posted with us. Please, everybody, go out, go to celebritysoulfoodfranchise.com. Keep up with us, man. If you need a vehicle, if you're saying, listen, you're tired, you're ready to do this thing for yourself, we want to be that support for you. We do vet, and we don't take everybody. We want those who are serious and ready to follow systems, ready to be an entrepreneur, and ready to take it to that next level. If that's you, we're saying, listen, call us, email us, apply to us, and you will meet this wonderful team. But Andrew, let me do say from the Celebrity Soul Food family, and as we move into these great holidays, my friend, I pray that blessings are upon you and your team, and I'm so grateful for having me on today. But what I do know, my friend, is that even you too have greatness that is happening in your tomorrow. Keep doing what you're doing, man. We praying and moving forward as well.
Thank you, Doctor. I just want to say it was an honor and absolutely humbled in speaking with you. It's been the best thrill of my day. There's no question about it. Guys, run out, celebritysoulfood.com. The sexiest food in America is right there. Get some immediately. And ediblehonesty.com. Don't forget to listen. Have a great morning, Doctor.
Bless you, sir. Bless you, family.
So that's it. That's a wrap. That's a wrap on the future of soul food, and I'd like to send an enormous edible shout out to Dr. J and an enormous edible shout out to the team over at Celebrity Soul Food. And tune in next time when I do a Pythagoras, an Aristotle, and others have done before me, when I literally explain to you that the edible culinary world is not flat. No, my friends, it's round. My name is Andrew. I thank you so much for listening, and to all my fans in New York City, God bless you. Thank you so much. And a huge edible shout out to Matt Damon, who probably loves soul food even more than he did before. And yes, I've been getting all of your emails and your comments, and thank you. And don't forget to give me a 5-star rating on iTunes and Apple Podcasts. And no, I am not signed by any media outlet yet. So CNN, Food Network, Cooking Channel, Martha Stewart, ABC, Comedy Central, whoever else, I'm available. So get in contact with me and let's work out a deal, and let's get edible honesty what it deserves, a syndicated platform. So get ready to tune in next episode for more edible honesty. Same edible time, same edible station.
That's the best, Andrew. You talking my language. That is absolutely the message that we want you.
I knew you were talking my language.
Yeah. I guess my biggest thing that I'm going to share is that I'm not here to put down the mom and pops. Matter of fact, I pay homage to them. And neither am I doing anything new for the soul food within itself. I stand on the back of history, and not the history standing on my back. I'm just a new manager of it. That's all.